Hi, you cave dwellers. Gabe's Cave is going to be going to Cowtown Comic Con in Hurst, Texas, October 31st through November 1st. So come check us out at the Hurst Conference Center. It's only $5 to get in, and kids 12 and under are free. So come by and check us out.
What's up, cave dwellers? I'm Gabe, the Flash.
I'm Darren, Boba Fett.
I'm Brandon, and it's all on the reflexes.
Don't forget about Marty and Chris in the back.
Hey, cave dwellers. How's everybody doing today?
And now we are going to thank our sponsor, but first take our helmets off so you can hear us. It doesn't sound muffled. Today's sponsor is always RPG Hiring. Make sure you check them out. They're building people, changing lives. Fantastic group of people. Gabe, what is today's topic?
The Mandalorian Season 2, and 1 in general.
But why though?
Because Mandalorian Season 2 comes out at the end of this month.
Indeed it does, people. The Mandalorian Season 2 finally is here. It's at the end of this month. It's only a few days away. So we got to talk about it.
I'm excited.
I'm beyond excited. We really got to talk about it today because
I got to rewatch Season 1.
When I watch Star Wars, I love Star Wars. Everybody knows that. Obviously.
He has an obsession.
I have an obsession. But my favorite things in the Star Wars are troopers and Mandalorians and armor. I love the paint jobs. I love everything about it. They're so cool. The gear, all that stuff.
I love the customization.
That's what I'm saying. Every Mandalorian is different. Except, I guess, like if you're Death Watch, or Crimson Dawn, or whatever it was called. With
the Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians.
That's what he called them.
No, I thought it was Crimson Dawn.
No, that's his crime organization. They weren't part of that.
Close enough.
They called them the Mandalorians.
Close enough. They had horns on their head.
Yep.
Well, the night is dark and full of terrors.
What? All right.
Cool.
So today I am going to give you a little backstory and history on the Mandalorians. I tried to memorize it all. Did not work out for me too well, so I have cheat sheets. I'm sorry, guys.
He's a cheater.
Easy peasy. Let's get started, I guess. Let's get started on the history of Mandalorians. So, Mandalorians are a clan-based group of people. They were fierce warriors, and they rivaled Jedis at the time. They had Durasteel and Beskar armors, and they had fighting techniques and all kinds of other stuff that, even like when they battled, the armor, Beskar, if you've seen the Mandalorian Season 1, you know a little bit about Beskar. And Jango Fett's armor actually was not Beskar, it was Durasteel, but both were able to deflect direct attacks from a lightsaber. So the more you know, if you did not know that, that's why it's so important to them. And it's very lightweight, like aluminum or whatever. During the Mandalorian Civil War, which was a thing I will talk about in a minute, Mandalorian as a whole is a planet Mandalore and a group of people. And they had a civil war at some point in history, and like I said, I'll tell you about it in a minute. But during the Mandalorian Civil War, the people split in half. Basically, some were pacifist and did not really want to fight, and some were traditional people who wanted to fight and be savages, basically, to keep their history going. The ones that did want to fight ended up losing, and they went off to be bounty hunters like Jango Fett, mercenaries and bounty hunters and warriors on other planets, and aided in other things like that. So you see them throughout Star Wars history as different little, you know that they're Mandalorians based off of their armor. You see the T helmet and everything else, and that's why we have the show and Boba Fett. Jango, we'll start with Jango. He's a bit important. I mean, he's kind of what started. Actually Boba Fett did, but where did Boba Fett come from? Jango Fett. So Jango Fett was actually born on Concord Dawn, which is a planet in the Outer Rim Mandalorian sector. Yeah, Mandalore sector. Sorry, the Mandalore sector of the Outer Rim, which is a group of planets like our solar system. We've got Mars, Earth, Venus, Mercury. It's all out of order, but we go around the same sun. Same type of situation, but it was the Mandalore sector. And these are all planets that aligned with Mandalorian beliefs and laws, and they were all basically just one big planet. And that's the Civil War broke out on those and a few other outer planets there. But Jango Fett was born on Concord Dawn, which was like Mandalore's farming planet. It was just all pretty much crops and everything else. And his dad was a lawman, and I don't know what his mom did. And it tells you if you look it up and whatnot. When the Civil War broke out across the Mandalorian planets, though, that planet specifically took a big hit, and the new Mandalores versus the true Mandalores, which I'll get with that in a minute, were fighting there, and Death Watch, we heard us talk about it a second ago, Death Watch jumped in as well with the true Mandalores. They were a bit of savages. They like just to kill. And they jumped in with the true Mandalores, and war broke out on Concord Dawn, and killed Jango's parents. Well, the new Mandalores, which were more of the pacifists, they more fought for honor and justice type of thing, actually knew his parents, and they were coming to save him and his parents from Death Watch, which had captured them. And like I said, his parents died. But they took on Jango, which was not a real Mandalorian. He was a Concordian. And he became a foundling, much like the child in The Mandalorian. So he was this foundling who became a Mandalorian by kidnapping. I don't really know if you consider it. But that's adoption. How the adoption. They adopted him. That's how Jango Fett actually became a Mandalorian. So everybody's like, he's not a real one, or Boba Fett's not a real Mandalorian. Well, technically, no. Boba Fett has nothing to do with it. Jango Fett, though.
It is a creed. It's more of a creed.
It is, and eventually
it becomes more of a creed.
And Boba Fett throughout his time, they were really. Well, we'll get there in a minute. We'll get there. We'll get there. That's soon, child, soon. Anyways, after the Mandalorian, later on during the war, Jango Fett eventually became the leader of the new Mandalorians, which were the new pacifist style, but he's not really pacifist if anybody's seen the show. He obviously joins the CIS, the Separatists, and which are bad guys working for Count Dooku, and he helps the new Mandalorians beat the true Mandalorians because Death Watch killed his parents, and he ends up destroying Death Watch in the end.
Disintegration time.
Yeah, he ends up destroying Death Watch in the end, which allows the new Mandalorians to take over Mandalore and the planets in the sector there, which Satine cries, which if you guys have seen the Clone Wars, Satine, that's pretty much Obi-Wan's girlfriend. If you didn't know that, she's really cool. Satine ends up taking over the new Mandalorians and basically saying Jango Fett was never one of us, he's too savage, and they exiled him and basically said he was never part of us at all. He just stole the armor, which in reality he was a foundling. And he was one of them, but he was too savage for the pacifists. So he said, whatever, I'm going to go out and be a bounty hunter and a mercenary and the best one and the most feared in the galaxy. And also the DNA to the Galactic Republic Army, or the Clone Wars. But if you've seen episode 2 and 3 and know anything about Star Wars at all, you probably knew that. And Satine became, like I said, the leader, Duchess of Mandalore. And if you've seen Clone Wars, you knew that. Lots of stuff here, lots of different shows. Watch Clone Wars, watch Rebels. You won't be dissatisfied, I don't think. Did you like them, Gabe?
Yes.
Maul's not dead, by the way.
I liked what I know of them.
Maul's not dead, by the way. In the Mandalorian Civil War, just to touch up on it a little bit, was fought between the new Mandalorians and the true Mandalorians. And the new Mandos wanted peace and honor, like I said, and the true Mandalorians wanted to go back to being savages, ruthless mercenaries and killers like old Mandalore was, like way back. They were, back before the Galactic Republic, they were just basically mercenaries, and if you came to their planet, they basically just killed you. They were just savages. They didn't take anything from anybody. They just... Over here. to slap. Hey guys, got a little special segment here for you. We're in a Facebook group called Top Star Wars Collectible Card Traders, and one of the admins, or the admin, Tyler Timmerman, asked us to open this live for the group. And if you guys want to check them out, it's a Facebook group. They do a lot of the Star Wars cards. I've seen some other stuff going there. I've actually seen a Gabe's Cave card, I want to say, was in there for sale as well. It's a group. It's a Facebook group where they buy, sell, trade art cards. There's lots of the artists from the top series, lots of the artists that we featured in here have actually been on there or in the group and respond. So kind of cool. You can get in there and chat with them if you want anything commissioned. They do a lot of commissions. They'll have APs from sketches, like some top sketches where they'll have blanks and you can commission stuff in there, and they even have like their own, like we have these cards made up, these Gabe Caves cards. They have their own cards where it'll be like, Candace Daly will have her own, or Marsha Parkins will have her own, or so I'm sure Seth has his own cards as well. So if you want to, we'll drop the link in the description below of for the group there, and anybody can join and get to trading some top Star Wars cards and whatnot. And check them out. There's lots of cool stuff in there. But on to what this is about. I'm going to open this live, kind of live, recorded for Tyler. And this is the mystery sketch. We did it was like a charity mystery sketch. Basically, you just put in some money, and they had a bunch of artists. I don't know how many people were in it, and I don't know how many artists there were. I opened mine the other day on Facebook and posted it on there. In the chat, in the group. You guys can probably go see it maybe a little ways back, but this is the mystery sketch this is actually Marty's, so I'm going to do it on here. I don't want to cut right there. I may cut something I don't need to. I'm surprised it sliced that well. My knife is actually very dull. Oh look, it didn't slice that well at all. So what do we have here? And everybody in the group is really, really friendly. I've traded lots of cards, I've sold cards, I've bought cards. Everybody's really cool. And Tyler did a really good job at packaging these up and seeing them off. The friendly, good old masking tape job there. And I've seen a couple other people in the group do their live ones, and before we do this, I will have a Gabe's Cave card in there. I'll hide it so we can't see what it is, and we'll do a real unveiling here. So this is by Cobb One Art Design Puns. All right. And he is a official Topps card sketch artist. And let's see what this actually is. Do an unveiling here, guys. So it is Snoke. We have a really sick Snoke sketch here, and a bit different. He's black and white in this really cool. I don't even know what you'd call that background, but that's awesome. Fantastic job on that one, 1 of 1. And this is his. I was saying this is his own card there. So awesome stuff. Really like your card you did there. And we will throw his. Oh, look at that! I just realized this. So throw his business card here, which actually has Cade 6 from Destiny. That's really cool. I've never seen anybody do like Destiny sketch cards, so I'm gonna hit this dude up. If you're watching, I know you're probably in the group because you obviously did something for it. So if you do watch this, I'm gonna hit you up. I want some Destiny stuff now. I didn't even think about it. That's so cool. The Thorn, and I could not think of that handgun there. Wow. Fantastic, fantastic pieces. Well, that's it for the little unboxing here from the Topps Card Trader group here. So go check them out. Go follow them. Go like the group, join the group, buy some cards, trade some cards. see what they got out there. Maybe you can find yourself a Gabe's Cave card just chilling in the group randomly. I'm just saying, might as well. So, little backstory there on Mandalorians, and I said about Boba Fett during his time of being a bounty hunter Mandalorian in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Before he gets tossed into a hole, which he didn't die either. We'll get there as well. Brandon didn't know that.
No more disintegration time.
What?
No more disintegration time.
What are you talking about?
Darth Vader wouldn't allow Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah. No disintegrators. That's why he didn't have the
disintegration.
West Stars. That's why he had the West Stars, right?
Yeah. No disintegrating.
So, with Boba Fett, it's about the same time period as Din Djarin was a Mandalorian as well. And the Mandalorians went through the Great Purge, and the Great Purge actually takes place during the Galactic Empire, where Vader and the Emperor ran into the Mandalorians, and they were okay at first. If you watch Rebels, they were all right at first, and then it just started escalating. And what was it? Bo-Katan, which is Satine. We said it earlier. That's her sister, Bo-Katan. She actually had the Darksaber, which, if you've seen the first season, Gideon had the Darksaber. So we're like, how did Gideon get the Darksaber? Well, Gideon. Anyways, Bo-Katan had the Darksaber, and she led House Wren to retake over Mandalore because it had just fallen apart after all of this, and to start a new Mandalorian of true fighters that were both just and skilled. They were no longer pacifists, but they were not like just complete savages. So this is the Great Purge, and this takes place like midway through. We don't really have any movies or anything on it, and this is what I'm hoping the next season or the following seasons talk about, the Great Purge and how Gideon got the Darksaber. But so I was kind of going on that. So if you ever hear anything about the Great Purge or how Gideon got the Darksaber from Bo-Katan, this is what we're hoping.
Yeah.
Oh, and one other thing. Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff here. One other thing, people are wondering, and I've wondered this myself, why does the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, not remove his helmet in the show? Well, if I had to guess, it's because the Mandalorians during the Great Purge, they took their helmets off. They were just whatever. They had names, they had clans, they had all this stuff. Well, if you go around, like Din Djarin goes around repping his clan after the Great Purge happens, he's likely to get killed, right? And the remaining Mandalorians fleed the system out into the galaxy, into little tribes. And if you've seen the show, they say our secrecy is survival, and survival is
our strength.
So they basically want to keep their helmets on and keep into secrecy and keep the tribe going till eventually they can rebuild Mandalore in what they used to be. So that's why they don't take the helmet off. If I had to guess. But at one time they did. So kind of cool little backstory on Mandalorians, and not all of it obviously, but some where you can kind of see the Fetts and Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. So next up for today is our take on Season 1. Brandon, what did you think about Season 1 of The Mandalorian?
Fantastic ground building. It's building the layer of what's to come, because you always felt like there's always going to be more. Like it's always, every episode was great, but it just felt like it was building towards something more and more and more. And it definitely left us that the last episode. Mm-hmm. Really like the casting. Pedro Pascal's the voice of Mando. Mm-hmm. I love Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed.
Right.
I love Gina Carano as
Cara Dune.
I want more of her, of course. Gideon, the casting for Gideon is fantastic. That's a great actor. I forget his name off the top of my head. He's in The Boys. If you've seen that Amazon show, which is a really good show.
He's the new bad guy in the new Far Cry game coming out.
Yeah. So they cast it really well. The story's great. I really liked it, and I look forward to Season 2.
Gabe, what about you? What did you like about Season 1?
Yeah. It was amazing.
What else? Talk a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been talking. They want to hear your voice, not mine.
I don't remember.
Some prime things.
I don't remember a lot of it.
Some prime things. What do you like?
I like that they brought in the Darksaber.
What?
Like that they brought in the Darksaber and connected it to the Clone Wars and Rebels, and
They linked it all together.
yeah.
And that the fact that they're going
I also
to
love the
more so.
I love the like during Mandalore in its prime, everybody was like part of clans, and they all looked alike. I like the individuality of all their armors in the new.
No, they didn't look alike at all of them.
A lot of them looked alike. Like, okay, if you followed Death Watching, everybody wore the same armor.
Well, the new
Mandalorians,
pacifists,
everybody looked the same.
The new Mandalorians with their pacifists, they did look the same.
And then all the city guards would look the same, and like they'd look a lot alike.
Right, but Death
very
Watch not
similar.
necessarily. They were a little different here and there.
Yeah, their armor, they'd have different symbols sometimes, but their armors would most of the time would be the same thing, just with different bits of face
See,
paint.
that's during the Galactic Republic.
Yes.
See, the old Mandalorians, they all were different. They all had the same, the T with
Yeah.
the mandibles.
And then I like the new series because it shows that they all customize their armor how they liked.
Right, and like the old days where that's what they're trying to rebuild is like Mandalore as what it was before, and they're basically just warriors.
The armor had really cool armor, I thought.
She did, and did you notice anything about her specifically? Like maybe she was with the Mandalorians because she had horns. You didn't think about that, did you?
Did not.
Yeah, she had horns. Maybe she was with.
But they weren't very. I think she just had
Oh
spikes.
no, she had horns, Chief. I'm pretty sure. Making me second guess myself now, but regardless, she had.
I thought it was spikes.
Yeah, but that may be their depiction as a live action, what it looked like. I'm just saying.
Could be.
Now that she's painted them gold, that she's not with them anymore, but it may be a Beskar helmet, and she's like, well, I don't want to get rid of my Beskar helmet, but I want to keep, just paint it gold or whatever.
But she's a blacksmith. Couldn't she just melted it down and
Doesn't
reforged
matter,
it?
Gabe. That's what they did. I'm just saying, these are rumors. We're in the rumors part now.
Yeah.
We're in the rumors part.
Yeah.
My take on season 1, I really loved, like Gabe said, I really loved all the different armors. I like that they are given some background on a little bit different ones. I like that they are different. They're not all just the same. Like in the movies so far, you've either seen Jango Fett, Boba Fett, or like in Clone Wars, they're all basically the same with just different faces. This is
A little
like
bit different paint.
right. These are all pretty much bounty hunters or mercenaries, but it shows like a mercenary. They're not all going to be the same. It's not an army. They're each individual things and then happen to team up when needed. I mean, they are, and then it shows the individuality. He had his own his crest. What almost killed him. I'm sure they all had different ones, whatever it may be. The one big dude with the minigun, and then just lots of different cool stuff. It was showing more of the technology, like the whistling.
Which they will make an appearance again, which I didn't think they could.
Why not?
Because they said use them sparingly, because
Yeah, but
you
it's
only have so many.
If he gets more Beskar, he can make more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But the blacksmith isn't alive anymore.
How do you know?
Well, okay, she might be.
How do you know? We don't know who
Because
is and who
she
isn't.
fought off at the end.
Yeah, but we didn't see her die. We don't know who is and who isn't alive.
Something else I liked about season 1 is the whole. If you watch like the old spaghetti westerns, it felt like an old sci-fi
It did.
spaghetti western.
It was a gunslinger. He was like the gunslinger.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf and Cub. I sort of expected like
He's Han Solo.
Charles
Mandalorian.
Bronson to come out somewhere with a gun and start blasting with his blaster.
Have you seen? This is off subject here, but have you seen the Mandalorian trailer or intro? But it was like spaghetti western.
Yeah,
It was literally a spaghetti
Yes.
western
It
intro
fits.
for the
It
Mandalorian.
fits.
It does. It's great. I
haven't
it's,
seen it.
It's so cool. What are some rumors for season 2?
Well, planet-wise, there's Ilum. Ilum's rumored.
Little backstory on Ilum real quick. Ilum is where all the Jedi Kyber crystals come from. That's where Yoda and the Jedi go to get
The
their
younglings, yeah.
the younglings go to get their Kyber crystals. That's where they go to find them. Ilum is also the planet Starkiller base that in The Force Awakens, that's the planet with the big thing. Basically, they mined all the Kyber crystals out of the planet and made a gigantic Death Star that sucked in the sun and imploded. So we know Ilum is gone after, because the Mandalorian takes place between the Galactic Empire and the First Order. So in that place, but after Return of the Jedi, so after Luke kills the Emperor, and where we see Rey the first time with the First Order, that like 20-year gap or whatever it is. This is the Mandalorian's time now. So Ilum is not yet a.
And it very well could be Ilum, but it's because all the ice formations are very similar to the ones in Fallen Order and in the new movies, the prequel or the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, like in the Force Awakens, the only one Ilum's in because Ilum gets.
Right. And one of the rumors about the season 2 too is the toss up with Pedro Pascal, the voice of Mando. Like, is he leaving? Is he not leaving? Because he really doesn't do very much body work. There was like a rumor that says he didn't like wearing the helmet, but from what I understand, it is he doesn't even wear the suit. There's like 2 body doubles.
There's a guy that does all the gunslinging and all the like any kind of like action stuff. There's a dude for that, and then there's a person for the walking around and the bit of movements.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense if he's just doing the voiceover, which seems like an incredibly simple job. And he's
Wasn't he the face?
Pedro Pascal is the face. He showed to IG-88, and he's the voice. And then they had a gunslinger, they had a guy walking around, and they had a martial artist when he was fighting like Cara Dune and stuff.
It just seems like he wouldn't have to wear the costume at all, if it's not very much. He's a great actor. He was in Game of Thrones. He was in The Kingsman too. I think Narcos maybe.
He is.
Great actor. The voice just fits. The voice fits the character. Kind of like the tone that he sets for that.
I like it. I think.
So I hope that's not true. I hope that's just some weird.
So I've heard he quit, and I heard he got recontracted. But what I read was that he was mad that he couldn't take his helmet off more, and he didn't feel like he wanted to be the guy in the suit because he wasn't good at the acting in the suit. I don't know, something like that, but something with the helmet. He wanted to show his face more.
It all seems really weird.
It does.
Bizarre.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't understand why he doesn't show his face more. I mean, that's not a big deal. But hiding, I mean, you can't really hide the fact that you're a Mandalorian. You're walking around in Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, hire me, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, Brandon.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Who doesn't love this face?
This is the way.
This is the way.
I can do that.
This is the way.
What other rumors are there?
We got Ahsoka Tano as
Rosario Dawson?
Yes.
Right? Yes, I have heard that Ahsoka Tano is supposed to be in the show, and I sure hope so. This is after, if you've seen Rebels takes place right before A New Hope. So Rebels is in that gap of between, like the 20 years between Episode 3 where Anakin becomes Vader and A New Hope where we first see Luke. There's like a 20-year gap there and like a 20-year gap after. But Rebels takes place there. Rebels is actually part of what started the rebellion. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. I will say that every time I talk about it. But Ahsoka at the end is off to find another good main character in the show. Her goal is to go find somebody, and we never see her again or hear from her again. And we're hoping that in this new series, she's found him or going to find him, and she's supposed to be in it. They were supposed to have cast her as Rosario Dawson, is what I've heard.
That'd be cool because, he's supposed to go find Jedi.
Right.
So that'd be cool if you found her.
Right. Her and Ezra are supposed to go find more Jedi. Well, if that's the case, then maybe this kind of links them two with Luke in the Force Awakens. Because he's had his new Jedi Academy or whatever you want to call it. Another rumor is Boba Fett.
Well, kind of. His manager confirmed it.
Well, the manager so the guy who played Jango Fett, because Boba Fett's an actual clone of Jango Fett, the guy who played Jango Fett and all the clones, his manager, and I cannot remember his name. He's got a Samoan name, but his manager actually confirmed that he will be playing Boba Fett under the helmet and the voice of Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2.
No.
Is that a rumor?
Well, kind of.
It's kind of a rumor.
It's not
kind of a confirmed.
It's not a perfectly reliable source, but
right,
it's not
kind of
from
rumor.
Disney
kind
or
of
Lucasfilm.
Right, so. Right. We hope he's in there. I think rumors of Boba Fett have been in the Season 1 and Season 2, but he didn't die, so he's got to be an appearance somewhere.
Yeah.
Another rumor is Sabine Wren.
which everybody's saying is going to be the in the trailer. It's the girl in the hood and cloak. I don't remember her name.
I don't know.
But
Sabine Wren is she's House Wren. She's on she's on Rebels. She's part of Ghost Squad. She is actually she's the true owner of the Darksaber, which Gideon has, and she actually is the one who is supposed to unite the Mandalorians during Rebels. However, she believes that Bo-Katan, Satine's sister, would do a better job because the people already love her as a whole. So, and she's overall a decent person. So Sabine hands over her right to Mandalore by giving her the Darksaber, which was crafted by the first Mandalorian Jedi. He's the one who made it. So he who controls the Darksaber pretty much controls Mandalore. That was a Dune quote there. He who controls the Darksaber controls Mandalore.
You gotta whisper though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna whisper it again. So Bo-Katan's actually the one who has this Darksaber at the end of Rebels. So we're hoping that Sabine is, and rumored that she's in there.
That'd
Sabine.
be sick to see a live action version of her armor. And
Right,
her tie.
her armor, if you haven't seen it, is all spray painted up. She's like this graffiti artist. It's kind of cool.
That'd be cool to see in live action.
But she has been rumored.
But Gideon has the Darksaber. So who's Gideon?
I guess we can go on. Is that all the rumors?
It's the main ones.
The main rumors. Okay, so I guess we can go on to the part of what we want to see from season 2. And this is like the big part, I suppose. Who's Gideon? This is part of it. We don't really know. We don't want to know. We want to know. That's part of what we want to see from season 2 is who is Gideon? How did he get the Darksaber during the Great Purge?
He definitely was part of the Purge of Mandalore.
Well, yeah, Gideon was obviously with the Empire because he still has he still has stormtroopers.
And he also tells that he knows exactly about the Purge. He was there. He said he was there.
Right. So Gideon is still acting as an Imperial with stormtroopers and TIE fighters and everything else, even though the Empire is done. Luke destroyed the Death Star 2, killed the Emperor, but we still have these factions of Imperials still acting. We want to know who he is. How did he get the Darksaber from Bo-Katan? Is Bo-Katan still alive? We want to know if we want to see Bo-Katan in this. Is she with Sabine? Whenever the Purge happened, what happened? Give us some backstory. Obviously we want to see Boba Fett. That's a given. He's a huge character and one of the most iconic characters for only having like 3 lines in the entire series. He's one of the most iconic characters around, and everybody knows him. Got my helmet down here.
Did we talk about the confirmed season 4?
Confirmed season 4?
Yeah, or at least the guy who plays Gideon in an interview confirmed that
He's already recorded season 2 and 3, or working on 3.
They're working on 3, and he said that there will be a 4.
So he's like contracted for 4?
Yes, and because of that, a lot of people are saying don't expect a lot on the child's background because he's supposed to be a main character and everything. Don't expect a lot on finding anything about his species. Maybe a little bit here and there
in season 2.
Yeah, right. Just don't expect something massive because there's confirmed 4.
Well, honestly, the series isn't about the child, and everybody made it about the child, but it's really not about the child. It's about Mandalorians. Obviously, it would be called the child. However, I do want to see. And this is part of
I do want him to be more like.
I don't necessarily have to be a main character in the show, but I do want him to. I want to know what the species is. I want him to take him to his planet. We need to know his planet, what species he is, so we can actually have some background on what Yoda is. Because if you look it up, Yoda has no species. Yoda has no planet. We don't know where he's from. There's only been like 2 confirmed besides the child. There's Yoda and Yaddle.
And then there's
and now the child.
There's his master, which was confirmed to be his race, maybe. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know if it was confirmed, but in Legends it is.
Yeah, there's no confirmation. Like not even in Legends or anything. Yoda has.
Well, no, in Legends it's confirmed it's species, but they don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Yoda has no real species. It's not like a Wookiee from Kashyyyk. There's not humans. There's not whatever. No, he's just Yoda. That's why everybody calls it Baby Yoda.
He's just a hairless gremlin.
Right. That's why everybody calls him Baby Yoda because they don't know. So we want to know more on the backstory on the child, and maybe just give him back to the people of Yoda's, species, and then we can get
CGI
back on
or puppet Yoda?
Yeah, just don't feed him after midnight.
Yeah, there you go. But
CGI or puppet Yoda?
I personally would rather see more awesome bounty hunter and gunslinging than I would the child, because I want to see more of the Mandalorians. I want to see more of their equipment, their armor.
I want to see more of a frog on ketamine yeeting itself at a Sith Lord.
Not particularly.
I want to see it. It'd be hilarious. I want more frog ketamine.
Brandon wants to see more of Cara Dune.
Yep.
What's her name?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano.
All day.
Never remember that.
Yeah.
I want to see more customized
Keep her
armor.
coming. Keep her coming.
Definitely want to see more Ahsoka. She's cool. She's one of the most popular characters right now in Star Wars. All of her stuff is just going off shelves. I mean, people love Ahsoka after watching the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars was the #1 TV series at one point last year, or this year. Can't remember. Whatever. It was this year or last year.
Sometime.
Yeah, I mean, it was the #1 TV show out of like all TV shows for a while, which is crazy. And I really, really want to see Ghost Team, Rebels.
That'd be cool in live action.
Hera, Ezra, Zeb, Sabine. We were talking about Sabine, Chopper, and Jason, which is Hera and Kanan's son. He's got green hair, remember? No, because you didn't watch Rebels.
I didn't watch season 2.
Yeah, they have a child.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I want to see all that. They need to be in the Ghost Team, because after Rebels, we have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and that doesn't have anything to do with them. However, at the end of Rise of Skywalker, the Ghost, which is Ghost Team's ship, the main like one of, you could honestly call it a main character during Rebels, is seen with all the other ships that warp in and start attacking the Star Destroyers at the end on Exegol. So you see Lando fly in with the Millennium Falcon, and like all these ships come in. The Ghost has been spotted in that group of ships.
Was it not just another version of the Ghost, or did it have the same paint job?
No, it was the Ghost.
Okay.
So I mean, like, we know he's there. We know they're all there. They're all in the background hiding. But let's get them in live action. Let's see some cool stuff. I mean, might as well. Why not? Let's bring in these background characters into this really cool story. Also, there is an episode. This is confirmed. There is an episode in season 2, 1 or 2 episodes, where Dave Filoni, which is the director of the Clone Wars, I believe, has his take, and Rebels, Clone Wars and Rebels. Dave Filoni is the director of an episode, and I want to say that's probably my guess is that's going to be where Ahsoka and Ghost Squad is going to come into play.
Could be.
And then I was actually talking to, kind of funny here, I was talking to Candace Daly's husband, Sean, and we had this long conversation. He thinks that Dave Filoni is going to have a Filoniverse. So a split off where, I mean, it's Disney Plus. There's going to be more Star Wars shows. We already know Kenobi's getting his own show.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
We may have this whole spin-off of Ahsoka and
Ghost Squad.
Live action.
Cool.
May have a full. After we'll see how this episode does and how he does with filming and all this stuff, and we may have he may become a director for a whole new series on his own. Maybe Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She's not dead, and she's literally the coolest Jedi ever. I mean, she's like so Jedi. She's like left the Jedi. She was like, "You guys aren't even Jedi enough for me." And then she made her lightsabers go white.
Do you even know how that happens?
What?
How the lightsabers become white?
And she purifies them.
Yeah, after they become red. That's the only time you can purify a crystal.
Yeah. She's like so Jedi.
You would have had to bleed it, which means at one point she had some form of dark side. And then she also went back to the light.
It kind of shows that in Rebels.
Yeah.
Not Rebels, in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Because she was with the son or whatever his name is, and she becomes evil. Mm-hmm. And she dies, and then she comes back to life. Mm-hmm. Bada bing. Watch them.
Yeah.
Brandon, have you seen Clone Wars?
It's a symbol.
That's a lot of
Are you about to go home and watch Clone Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Binge watch 7 seasons of Clone Wars tonight?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
This weekend, yeah.
This weekend, yeah.
This weekend.
Weekend goals.
One sitting.
One sitting. You don't need a lot of. You need to ask Yoda for some of that ketamine.
Yeah.
Ketamine frog.
Why is that a thing?
Because it's hilarious. You know it.
What? What if you Google?
Okay, look.
Google.
A 900-year-old ketamine frog yeeting himself at a Sith Lord is hilarious, and you cannot deny
And
it.
if you look up like Yoda bio or whatever, it was like primary weapons, lightsaber, and a 1994 Honda Civic.
Runs people over in his Honda Civic.
I don't know what's going on. Well, oh man, I suppose it's time to give some stuff away. Wait, no, it's not. Yes, it is, but no, it's not. Before this is over with, I went out and found some Mandalorian stuff. Old Din Djarin, the Mando, and the child here, and
I really don't want them to remove the child from the series, but that'd also be cool.
I do, but I don't. Like, I want him to be there, but off and on.
They won't because of the merchandising.
Right. I know they won't because of that, so they're gonna have to like think of a quick way to keep him in. But I think I want to.
So something's gonna happen.
I want to see Mando stuff.
Like if
man.
Ahsoka appears, they're gonna he's gonna be like, oh, well, you should take him with you, and
go.
then end up it's like no,
Filoniverse,
he raises them.
big brain time. Ahsoka may raise the child, and they may do their own stuff in the Filoniverse, and Jon Favreau gets the Mando. And then we have 2 cool series with lots of cool actors and characters. Mm-hmm. Regardless, though, I'm giving this away. And we will have a drawing for it in the next episode. This will be first place. And I went out and also got a couple mugs.
You get a Crimin mug.
Yeah, you get a Christmas mug and a normal mug, both the child, and these will be second and third place. I'll let second place decide
It
which
is
one.
very generous.
It is. I like them.
Yeah.
I almost kept the Christmas one for myself.
It is. It's pretty nice.
But
I could have made some sick hot cocoa in that.
Or a brownie in a mug.
You did get that perfect at one point.
One time.
And everybody told you you couldn't.
Mandalorian stuff to give away on this episode. Might as well. And now to the real giveaways of this week. The artist spotlight of last week is Scott Harrell. I'm sure you watched it. We hope you commented on it. Make sure you win something. We have Red 5. We've got this dude from
Rick Grimes.
Rick
Someone.
Leia. That guy.
Negan.
We have the Joker. Heath Ledger Joker. We have Predator, my goodness, Spider-Man, and John Wick. These were all from
insanely disappointed.
Yes. Calm down. These were last week's guys.
I don't know if you should be on the show anymore.
I shouldn't be.
Well,
you got to know yourself.
well, someone's going to love those.
Someone is going to love those. Brandon, why don't you find us a winner, buddy? Remember, guys, there's 4 winners
And a loot box.
and a loot box. We're giving away 4 cards now. We gotta get them going.
Who won?
First place, second place,
Third place.
Fourth place.
and the loot boxes are right here. Congratulations, the first, second, third, fourth, and the loot box. We know you got dead last. That's okay. We love you. We got them bad boys packed up and ready to send out. So make sure if you just won one of these things, you send us an email. Let us know that you won. Send us your address so we can get it out to you, and make sure you tell us which card it was that you wanted if you were first, second, third, or fourth. Loot box, let us know you won, and we'll just ship it out to
Honestly, you should probably just throw your top 3 in the comments, and then...
I would throw top 3 in there just in case.
Yeah, and then if you win, we just go off that list.
one was taken by first place, and you already
Makes
got
ours and your life easier. We don't have to hunt you down, and you don't have to freak out about which card.
I do want to hunt people down.
Not in that.
Nope.
That's out of context.
I do want to hunt people down. How's this out of context? We're talking about the Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about cards, and you're talking about bounty hunting.
The people down to get their card to them.
Yeah, we
I
don't.
know someone's going to want to hunt down this week's Artist Spotlight.
They are, and this is a new one for season one. This is Seth Groves, guys. Seth Groves.
Yeah.
We are finally here with Seth Groves.
We got Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man
Man.
2099, Mandalorian,
Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, the child,
another one,
Mandalorian.
Spawn. We got I don't remember his name, but that's the new movie, The Batman.
Pattinson.
Yeah,
Robert
that's-
Pattinson's
yeah.
Pattinson.
Yeah, it's from the scene where he goes, "I am vengeance."
That is Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
Watchmen, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. President.
Batman Beyond, I think, or is that the Batgirl Beyond art?
It's like Batman Beyond.
Okay, because that looks also kind of like Batgirl Beyond. This is my favorite Iron Spider suit. That's the original comic one. That's cooler.
And we have ourselves an Ahsoka Tano.
Really cool cards this week. Amazing.
Fantastic. Wow. Seth, you did an amazing job. I wish I was that good.
What's your favorite?
Guess. Ahsoka, woo, yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite?
I like
This
the
is a
Iron
really
Spider.
cool Iron Spider.
I
Brandon.
like Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. Did you like The Watchmen?
I did.
I don't think I've seen
I
it.
need to rewatch it.
I have actually watched the full 4-hour or whatever Snyder cut
Oh, wow.
of Watchmen
Wow.
because it's
So sad.
the actual Alan Moore. Hey, whatever. The actual Alan Moore novel of The Watchmen is actually on Time 100's greatest novels of the 20th century.
Really?
It's the only comic on that list.
Who is Steve Jobs?
You guys are terrible. Alan Moore has rolled over his grave.
Anyways.
Oh, he's not.
Brandon really likes The Watchmen. I like Ahsoka. Gabe likes the Iron Spider. I think Morty likes the Iron Spider.
Morty?
He was having a hard time
Morty.
back there earlier.
Rick and Morty.
Morty. Anybody ever sees Marty at a con? Remember this. I hope somebody out there will see him at a con randomly and walk up to him and go, Morty. He will respond. He really will. We've been calling him that for years. Make sure you leave a comment telling us which one of these ones you want. And like Gabe said, if you want to leave 3 or 4 or whatever, we'll choose from the list. If it's random, just say you want to win all the cards and we'll send you a random one in the mail, you know. Fantastic cards. I couldn't honestly decide. Yes, I could. I'd probably go with Ahsoka, and then the Mando because I like Star Wars. But I'm just saying, they're all fantastic. Let us know in the comments what you liked about the episode, what you're looking forward to in Season 2. If we've convinced you, myself personally, have convinced you to go watch Rebels and the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is obviously a lot better, but if you want to go watch that, let me know how you thought about it. Or what you thought about it. Fantastic. Brandon, are you going to go watch it?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
You should.
Right now.
Right now. Today. He's not going to stop for the next 48 hours.
He's gonna go straight.
Send Brandon all
he's
your
gonna go to
love
the
because he
studio.
might die.
I'm going to be all hopped up on
He's gonna
Demerol
go
and
to-
grape soda.
He's gonna go and just find all of the actors and make them perform it right in
I'm
front of him.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Do you drink that Mountain Dew?
I just want to thank our sponsor again. That's rpghiring.com. If you live in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, or Arkansas, and you're interested in a new career, make sure you check them out. They're full-time, part-time. Just hit them up. Check them out. That's rpghiring.com. Fantastic people. They're building people, changing lives, changing
now.
lots of lives. out there, guys.
RPGhiring.com.
Right now.
Guys, I love it. I love Star Wars. I love The Mandalorian. Brandon, do you love The Mandalorian?
I love my wife.
That's good. That's good. Does she watch this?
She should.
She should.
She should. See this in.
Do you not play it on your TV every week?
I do.
Okay, that's what I want.
Gabe, send us home, buddy. Send us home.
I shall not fear, for fear is the mind killer. Bye.